All right, folks, we on here, and I'm glad to see you guys. It's actually been a while since we've been on here. I want to welcome y'all back to the prison show, and certainly we have our guest with us on tonight. We're going to get into that, but before we get into any of that, I want to speak with you guys concerning the young man down there, DeAndre, down in Florida. We managed to, I want to greet all of you tonight. Thank you for watching. Tonight, I want to talk with you before we bring Pastor Lacey Houston on about DeAndre down in Florida. We have some good news to share with you concerning him, and he got all removed. They dropped all charges against the gun with him with the gun. They dropped all of that from him, but somehow he still wound up in the prison down in Florida. So we're working to get him back up into the county so they can get this case completely dismissed because the weapons was dismissed. All of it was dismissed. They found no weapon. The weapon does not fit him, and he's been dismissed. But somehow something happened. They moved him to a prison. I'm not at liberty to tell you which prison because it's public access television. So don't want anybody to be able to locate him at this moment. But actually, but certainly we're certainly happy to know that they have dropped all of the charges against this young man, and he's now have to be go back to court so he can be get off to get the charges rather dismissed, not get off, but dismiss the charges, young man, and get him out of prison. So we're working with the prison to get them out. I want to encourage every one of you tonight to help your prison, help the inmates. Don't leave your inmates, your family member, your loved one. This system is nothing to be played with. It will catch you up and it will get you caught up, and it doesn't take but a second for it to happen. It's a rollover system to make money and make funds. So stay in tune with your family, hook up with your family, talk to your family who are in prison. Take the phone call, send them that $15, $20 because you don't know how hard it is in that prison system. You don't understand. And women who take welfare and all this stuff and Medicaid, you don't know that you're grooming your children. Uncle Sam is the government. Uncle Sam, the government is their father. So somebody got to pay this money back, and you wonder why they locking your children up. That's why nothing is free by the government. There is nothing free. They want your sons and they want your daughters. They want the money back. And they're willing to enroll your child into the prison system to get it. I'm saying to you tonight, make sure you get in contact with your family. Love on your family members. Don't let them have your children, your family. Love on them. Fight for them. I don't care. You only get a person only get one life. We can make most of money. We can make a lot of money. It doesn't matter about the money, but you only get one family member. So tonight, I want to encourage you guys to definitely uh, mm, uh, get involved. I want you to get involved with the prison system and help people out who are in prison. Everybody that goes to prison is not guilty. They are not guilty. Everybody that goes are not guilty. They just happen to got railroad in the system. And for God's sake, whatever you do, do not get a court appointed attorney because they're working together to dissolve you and put you in the prison system. Once you get in there, it's a revolving door. Something's going to happen, whether it be a parking ticket, traffic ticket, something is going to pull you into that prison system. So you want to make sure you fight it for the first time. Take it from me. I know. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not just on here talking. I'm telling you, it's tricks and schemes and slander and scams to keep you coming. But we're gonna move on from here. But I want you to know that's the updates on him. So we got Pastor Lacey here. We're gonna talk about Joseph Dwayne Taylor's death in Shreveport, Louisiana, with the police department. Let's bring Pastor Lacey on as we come in. Let's celebrate him and love on him for his effort. Pastor Lacey, good to see you on here with us tonight. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're certainly happy to have you here with us and to bring you on with the updates of Mr. Dwayne. I'm sorry. Let me go back here and get my nephew. Yeah, the Joseph Dwayne Taylor. We know that he died in Shreveport. We did an interview some time ago about his death, and we seen that it was not as the police department claimed it to be. It is not a good. It's not a good thing. So we need to look into it further, and we have been doing this and looking into it further. So what do you have for the update up upon this young man's death?
Well, of course, you remember that on April the 23rd, Joseph was pulled over by the Shreveport Police Department, uh,
Right,
and uh, they forced him out of the car. And as he exited the car, he was tased and tackled onto the ground and
right,
was eventually executed in the medium there in
right,
Shreveport. Uh,
right,
so we've been protesting and uh, trying to move the case forward. Uh,
right,
they've tried to stall. They've presented different scenarios, and we've
right,
been able to debunk each scenario they have enlisted. So
right.
once they couldn't get any more of their fictitious stories out there, they kind of stalled the investigation. But the investigation has moved over to the district attorney's office. The district attorney's investigatings are re-investigating the work that the Louisiana State Police did. I was
Right,
to talk with uh, the investigator for the DA's office, and he had assured me that he wasn't going to take anybody's word for what happened. He was going to
right,
do his own investigation. And
right.
this DA office has prosecuted more police officers than any other district attorney's office in the past.
Right.
So I am encouraged by them being the investigators that's now currently working the case.
Okay.
Also, the family has hired a lawyer, and the lawyer has filed a wrongful death suit uh,
Mm-hmm.
against the Shreveport Police Department. Uh,
Okay.
and that's all in the early stages. Of course, what we tried to do was get them to be transparent and upfront
Right.
from the beginning without
Right.
to get a lawyer involved. But as you know, when you're working with against city government or government at any level, uh,
Right.
there's so much red tape and bureaucracy. You know, you
Yes.
can't talk to somebody at the city because they got to tell you, they got to start by saying, well, the city attorney said I can say this or I can say that. You know, there's no transparency.
Yeah. Yeah. No
Uh,
transparent. Yeah.
right. So you have to touch them where they don't want to be touched, and that is legally.
Right. 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 So now that they have it over there in their hands, what are they saying now
But
on the
they haven't given any updates since the district attorney's office got it. The officers are still on paid administrative leave. They have
right?
not returned to work, and we're going on now. We're going on the fourth month. So We're entering in the fourth month since this has happened. So with
Right.
them to still be on leave, and with this, even though it's going slow, the process is going slow. I feel like it's favorable.
Okay. 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 So it seems to be favorable. What are you thinking the outcome going to be with it? He stepped out. His camera TV must have went out. He'll be right back with us. But we're talking about Joseph Dwayne Taylor, uh, 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 right there in Shreveport, who was killed by way of an officers, several officers. We noticed that the cameras fell off, and they went to hollering, dragged the young man out the car. The young man was no threat. He was actually on his
I think I got knocked off altogether.
yeah. Looks like you got some over your camera. It's kind of blurry. But while you getting it together, we will continue on. And he was pulled out the car on his stomach, and all of a sudden he had a weapon. And when you zoom in on the video, he actually did not have a weapon. He was called in and pulled in. So, Pastor Lacey, I understand we see your camera is off. I don't. It's there. You go now. There you go. There you go. You might want to flip that camera around because it's showing your ice water on your table there. Yeah, the camera, yeah, it's down on your computer now. It's not on your face. So I think it's flipped around on you. You need to turn your camera to your front of your phone. Right now, it's facing the back of the phone, your camera, because it's looking down on your laptop there. You know what I mean when I say your front face phone. You know how you have your phone up and you talk to it like on Facebook from the front. The camera, you just flip the camera over to the front. So meanwhile, while he's fixing that, the officers on that thing was cruel. When I say it was cruel, folks, it was cruel and unusual. The things that we saw in that video while Pastor Lason is working, and it's horrible. I don't think anybody should suffer from what that young man suffered from, and it's true. They're killing us one way as a minority, and they're putting us in prison one way or the other. And you echoing back, Pastor Lacy. I don't know. Are you trying to get back on your laptop?
Yes, the laptop is echoing.
Okay, so let me rebuke. Exit off on your phone and come back in on your laptop.
Okay.
Yeah, exit out. Yeah, and there he is. There he is. There you go. There you go. So yeah, and so this is what it is. Okay, and let me see. There you go. Let me rebuke this one out. Kick. Okay. Okay, now well, let's take this one out, add to the scene, and let's remove this from the scene. Okay, now we got you back up there. So that's the thing that's going on with that with him, and we the updates. What is the family saying now?
Well, we at this stage, and I have to keep encouraging everybody that we really have to be patient, uh, uh, and let the process work.
Hmm.
We've discussed uh, continuing to protest,
Right,
but I'm the kind of person that I want there to be a means to an end. If
right,
we're going to protest, we have to be demanding something. Uh,
right,
um, they know we want justice.
right,
The only thing continuing to protest do is let them know that we haven't went anywhere.
right,
Well, uh, when I log on to my Facebook live, the city police and the parish police, they're
Right.
watching, so they know we haven't went
Right.
anywhere.
Right.
They don't know what we're doing when it comes to the efforts that we're visual efforts. Um, so they watch everything that we do, so they know that we're still active. They know that we're still here, and
Right.
for that cause, you don't have to. We don't really, back in the day, Bishop, um, you had to take thousands of people and march to get your message across, your point
Right.
across.
Right.
But today, in the social media era, you can reach so many people just on
Right.
social media, and because you have that tool, if you use that tool properly
Hmm.
and present enough pressure, you can
Hmm.
do the same thing that it took 1,000 people to march to do. And
Right.
that's what we've been able to do with social media is keep that
Right.
pressure on and keep them moving things forward.
Right. 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 Not letting them pause, but at the same time understand that we are personally watching you and we're expecting you to do the job which you have been elected to do.
Right,
Failure
right,
to
right,
do
right.
so will be public exposure, meaning that it could cost you your elect seat. So we're not here to tear down. We're just here for justice. That's all we're here for.
That's it.
And and fair is just fair. Now, when I reviewed that video, I remember him asking him, "This what kind of car it is? This is a very nice car." Last
Uh-huh.
time I checked, when someone pull you over, what does it matter what kind of car and all of that does it matter? You shouldn't have said that to me. That sounded like he ain't got no business with that type of car. I get it that he was making conversation, but it wasn't the right charge. And it's something else that I don't like what officers do. I don't like officers what they do because the simple fact that that they ask you where you heading or where you coming from
Right, right,
to
right.
pull you over. I'm not your child. I'm a grown man. And if my son or daughter is driving, they are grown enough to drive. You shouldn't be asking them where they coming from and where they going. Like they have to report to you as if
Right,
it's okay to be heading to that direction. I just don't find that favorable at all.
right, right. And you have to understand a lot of what they're doing when they are asking these questions and making that small talk. A lot of time they're just waiting on bag up to come.
Right, right, right,
And that's what he was doing when he was talking with Joseph. He was waiting
right,
on that bag up to come so
right,
that they could then do what it was that they did, force him out of the car
right.
and force him into a situation to where he was defensive.
Right, 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 right. So they can handle him accordingly to the fits of what they think should happen.
Right,
So
right, right,
you have become the juror, the executed and execution, and the judge.
right, right,
Yeah, I just don't think it's fair. I don't think it's cool that what they did. I don't think it's fair for what they've done. Let me see if I can add something. I'm on here looking for the shooting that happened with him. Let me see.
and
Yeah.
this is a city that has had over 50 murders uh, this year.
Wow.
Um,
In Shreveport, Louisiana.
right, there were three shootings last night alone, Um and you're having more and more. Almost all of your victims are under 25. Um,
Right.
this is rated is ranked the ninth dangerous city in
Right.
the country.
Right.
So, and just there was another police involved killings a couple of years ago where the officers were charged and went to court, and they
Right.
was acquitted in court.
Right.
One of
Right.
those officers that got acquitted just 2 months ago was arrested yesterday. um, they caught her in the house with drugs and her kids. She was distributing drugs, a drug dealer, street police.
What?
She was a
A
drug
police
dealer.
officer.
Yeah, so
Oh
they
no.
arrested her and her husband, a boyfriend, or whoever on drug
Hmm.
charges. She just got off of a murder charge, but now
Right.
she's in jail on drugs. And this is these are the people that are patrolling the streets, that are making these
Right.
life and death decisions with regular citizens. And,
Right.
and there is that criminal element of the police department that is
Right.
causing these things to be prevalent, and it
Right.
just needs to be changed from a leadership standpoint.
This is horrible. I that's the only thing that I that's the only thing that I can say. It is horrible. I'm looking at some things on here now with the family speaking out. I also seen you on the news KSLA 12.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I seen you
yeah.
on there talking about the incident and being an advocate for the incident. And certainly, I want to say to you, from as a Louisiana Stonian, as a
Uh,
Louisiana person, man, thank you for speaking out. Thank you for getting involved. Thank you for expressing help to these community where the lack is, because our civil rights leaders, and I love them, but it seems like they are failing us. And I don't want to go too deep in that, but I want to hear your talk on that.
well, I label it this way. Most of your community activists are interested in the three P's. There's four P's that are prevalent, but there's three
Right,
P's that they're interested in. That's
right,
power, position, and pay. If
right,
they can
right.
get power, position, or pay out of it, they ain't worried about the four P, which is the people, which should be the
Oh,
first P. That should be
yeah,
their primary priority is the people that
right,
they call themselves representing. But it's
right.
if here's the power dynamic.
Hmm.
If they are not the person in charge, they don't want to have anything to do with it.
And that's the thing.
Right, right, right.
That's the thing. But they this here.
Well, and the reason I wanted to get involved and lead this effort is because I've seen so many times where community activists get involved and take the lead, but then
Hmm.
the city come around and offer them a position or
Right,
they give them some pay and they
right,
leave the family high and dry. Well,
right,
in this instance, I am family. So there's no position that I'm seeking. There's no amount of power that I need, and you can't pay me enough to.
right,
The only thing you can pay me is doing the right thing. Just
right,
do the right
right.
thing.
That's
You
it.
know,
That's
yeah,
it. Just do the right thing.
that's it.
Now, once we get so high up in this, they usually start trying to buy, pay to keep the noise down, the
Right, right,
exposure down.
right.
They look to take away your freedom. You better not be out there running. You got any wants or something like that.
Oh,
They
we've had so many problems, and it's another reason why I stopped the uh, protesting. The people that was coming out that was assisting in the protests
hmm.
were being harassed by the police department, and the
Right,
last thing I want is for somebody else to lose their life. And with a police department this renegade, it
Right.
you just don't know what they'll do. Uh,
Yeah, you don't know what they capable of, what they got on their mind. You don't know.
right. We had a elected official that came out to some of the protests. She
Hmm.
represented the school board district. Well, they seen her with us, and they took her to court and challenged her residency. Apparently, the house that she lived in, she'd been in for 20 some odd years, had
Right.
gotten vandalized, and while she was getting the house repaired during her
Right.
campaign, she moved
Right.
out and got
Right.
an apartment while she
Right.
repaired her house.
Hmm.
Uh, they used that to toss her out of the office that she had been elected to serve in.
Wow.
So it is and you have to understand, and this is something that my wife would always say when I would go to Shreveport is you have to be careful because you're a target. I
Right.
understood when I got to Shreveport, Louisiana, wherever I was going, when I pulled up in park, there was a police sitting and waiting. There was a police almost at every block that I took when I was in that city.
You got to be kidding me.
Let me rephrase that. When they knew I was in the city. Now, I've
Right.
been to Shreveport and not announced that I was coming, or
Right.
not announced that I was doing anything while I was there, and I was able to move around freely. But when they know that I'm coming into the city, I almost have a police escort the entire time. So you have to
Wow.
be careful. You have to be careful because they don't play, like you said, they don't play fair.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
are they're looking. If you got a warrant, you better not have as much as a speeding ticket
Right.
outstanding. They are coming to silence you, uh,
Right. Right. Right.
and that's something that I've been aware of and have
Right.
tried to avoid.
Right. Right.
Right.
Right. So this is crazy. So let's take a look here. I'm gonna add this string there. I'm gonna make us the bottom, and I'm gonna add me up. Let's hear what this family has to say to uh to the city of Shreveport. Oh,
While you get that video, I'll tell you about a recent incident in Shreveport.
okay.
Uh,
Oh, my bad. It's playing. I'm sorry. Let me go back.
The
okay, there
Let me
you
ways
go.
go back.
that could have transpired and he could have been here today.
Small business owners who want to save time and money.
Let me go back. Um, I didn't put it up on the thing. My bad. And I was watching it in the background. I thought it was over there. I thought it was over there. But let me go back. Let me go back to. Let me go back to the video. I'm so sorry, folks. I was watching the video and thought it had went over there to your side. So let me. Okay, there it is. Let's play. All right.
Getting up here,
All right. I'm
but I
sorry,
felt the need
company.
to say something only because the young man that lost his life last night, that is my brother.
Family members of
Are
Joseph
you able to see
Dwayne
it, Pastor?
Taylor filled the
Yes.
Shreveport City Council chambers to voice their shock, anger, and sadness, including his sister, who says their family is grieving.
There's a mother and a father that will never be able to speak to their child again. There are children that will never get to see their father again because, yes, he is a father.
Video of the officer-involved shooting is being shared on social media, taken from nearby witnesses, not yet verified by our news station. But it's led to many questions from the family.
I seen the video myself, and I have so many questions, and I hope that those questions are answered.
They want Louisiana State Police to release the full body cam video.
I just ask that moving forward, we have more patience in situations like that. I understand it was a high intense situation, but there are so many other ways that that could have ended. So many other ways that that could have transpired, and he could have been here today.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge. All right, Paul.
There we
Wade.
go. There
Paul
we
Wade.
go. And so you were saying that there was another incident.
Yes, yes. Let me touch on something that she said real quick. Uh, she said there are so many ways this could have ended.
Right,
Since Joseph's murder, we've seen in Bossier City, the neighboring city to Shreveport,
right,
the Bossier City Police has arrested and taken into custody two
right.
armed suspects, one that was shooting at them, and they still arrested him and took him
Without
into
any
custody,
incident.
right, without having to kill him. You know, there is it doesn't have to end this way. There, when you have a trained police department, a
Right.
professional police department, it doesn't have to end this way. They made a decision that night to end his life. And I was saying, incident that just happened, and we're looking to get video of this incident. There's no video. We're gonna have to rely on the city Shreveport Police to give their cam footage. But the police officers over the Wednesday on the first, they went
Mhm.
to a mental health call, um, and the statement that the chief of police released just caused so much concern because they went to a mental health call. They took paramedics with them. They ended up in a struggle with the person, but here's where it gets kind of tricky. They handcuff him. They put him in the back of the police car. They take him by his house. It's strange to me that they took him by his house. I've never seen anybody get arrested and get taken home. They
They
arrested him.
arrested him and took him by his house.
They took him by his house, but at his house, they realized that he was in the back of the police car unconscious. So they called the paramedics back out, and the paramedics came and they took him to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Now, the the
What?
thing that
What?
caught my attention was after they put him in the car, they took him by his house. I've never seen a police officer arrest anybody and take what's the point of taking them by the are they taking them by the house to let the family know, hey, we taking him to the police station? It makes no sense.
Why
So
would they take him to his house?
right. And they had paramedics on the scene prior to, according to what the statement says. So there's just a lot of
That's a
questions.
lot of questions. This was in Shreveport or Bolger
This was in Shreveport. This happened on the 1st of August. I happened to be in Shreveport
at that time when
on
it
the
happened.
2nd when the statement was released. I was there in a meeting with some local community activists when the police chief made that statement, and immediately
Oh,
we jumped on it. So we are asking for them to release all of the video in relationship to that arrest from the time they arrived on the scene to the time that they got the medics to put him in the ambulance. We want to see all of the footage because there's too many questions. And I've said this before with this police department, This police department is notorious for getting away with murder.
Shreveport Police Department.
Shreveport. And you know the biggest reason they're able to get away with it is because the people of the city, no one get upset. They always just wait around to see
And
what's
just
gonna
let
happen.
things happen, man.
Right, right,
Just let
right.
it happen. Whatever
Until the
happens,
people stand
nobody's
up.
checking on their
Right,
loved
right.
ones. Yeah, it just out there. They don't care. Shreveport has, and I love the people in Shreveport. But the reason why I don't come down at the Shreveport because the mentality of the people there it's a very few that really is concerned about their family member. One get killed, the next they crying, they acting crazy, they ready to do something. But after the funeral, give it a week or two, everything starts to die down. Nobody's still on the horn trying to get something to happen. They give up, they walk away, and it's just something that's happening down there that I just can't understand why are you letting it happen without doing anything? I just don't know what it is that they don't do. It's kind of it's kind of weird, man. When I say it's weird, it's kind of weird down there, and I love them,
Hmm.
but they don't care. You get in trouble, you call them. You can have you can be in jail for a traffic ticket, and the bond is only $150 $200. Man, they ain't finna sit no money down there to get you out of jail for that
Yeah,
traffic.
yeah.
Then when something happened, they want to say, "Oh, I wish I could have been down there," or "I wish I could have did this,
Hmm.
I could have did that, or I could have did this, I could have did that." No, if anybody call me and they in prison, I'm finna work it. I'm finna help see about them, try to get them out of that situation. Now, if they guilty, look, man, you're guilty. You know what you did. So, I'm not gonna throw you away. I know you need help calling your families and all that stuff, and you know
Right,
what I'm
right.
saying. I'm going to be kind to you, uh, in the process of it. While you
Hmm.
there, not just leave you sitting inside of the prison. I don't think it's right, man. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's. I think we need to become loved ones to our family. Love your family member
Right,
enough
right.
to risk your crumbs for. We live now in us four and no more.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
care about family, man.
Well, we are in a precarious situation because we want to be there for our loved ones, want to be there for our family. And I
Hmm.
also think that as we are there for our family, we got to be more. Uh, uh, I guess the we have to be honest about our family as well. You know,
Right,
there's 50 killings in the city of Shreveport. Four of those 50 are Shreveport police killing people, but the other 46 is citizens killing citizens. And there is a we gotta do multiple things. One
yeah,
is if we know that we have a family member that's out causing this type of violence, we need to tell it and get them off the street.
that's
Once they're off the street, you can put money on their books. You can love them behind the bars. But if they did the crime,
right.
they should do the time.
That's
Uh,
right. I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I
I
don't
agree with
care
you
if
on that
it's as a matter of fact, when Joseph was initially when I got the call that he had been killed by the police, my instinct was, what did he do wrong?
one.
He
Yeah,
had to do
yeah.
something.
They did something wrong. And
He had
that's
to
the
do something
way
wrong.
we think. That's the way we think,
Right,
man.
right. We typically don't think that the police is just gonna kill somebody without cause. So that was my initial thought was, what did he do wrong? So from that, I got the videos and I started watching the videos, and I was looking at the videos from an objective point to find out
Right.
what did he do to cause what he had gotten into. And when I
Right.
was confident that he had done nothing wrong,
Right.
hear me again. When I was confident that he had done nothing wrong to deserve what they did to him, at that point I got involved. I didn't get
Right.
involved because I had a criminal cousin that was committing
Right.
crimes, and I wanted to blame the police for what they had done to him.
Right.
No, I was sure when I got involved, I was sure that one, he had done nothing wrong, and two, that they could not prove that they had justification for what they done.
Right. 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 That's right. That's right. Well,
So so we have to get involved. We have to get involved that way. We have to get involved with knowing who our the person is that we get involved with, know what their capabilities are, what their responsibility was.
right.
And if when I said justice or justification, if
Right.
they could justify what
Right.
they did,
Right.
I would have been okay with it. I would
Well,
have walked away if they could have justified what they did. Because if he did something to cause it,
right.
I'm okay with that.
That's right. Now,
But if he didn't,
yeah. Yeah.
then
Yeah.
the justice need to happen. You need to put those
Yeah.
police officers in jail, and that's what we're calling for right now.
Right. So, what would you say, as I put you in full blast mode here, what would you say to the legislation, to the judge, to the Shreveport Police Department, and the judiciary system in Shreveport, Louisiana? What would you have to say concerning this issue toward this young man's death?
Well, I'll say what I've been saying since the beginning. Uh, they got to. It's upon the city leadership to give the citizens of that city the true justice that it deserves. And the only way you can give true justice is to tell the truth about what happened. Hold those responsible for what happened accountable. We have to start holding our police officers that's doing wrong accountable, and that's what I'm disappointed in the leadership. I'm disappointed in elected officials because the elected officials are not getting involved. They are sitting back. They're waiting to see what happened. So many of them have told me that they appreciate what I'm doing and they keep moving forward off the record
Right.
because the like I said, the city attorney has told them what they can and cannot say. So
Right.
I'm disappointed in the city officials, the elected officials, because they are not holding up their end of bargain, which is to serve the people that sent them there.
Right.
So the meeting that I was in when I was in Shreveport on Wednesday was about putting the right people in office to get the job done. So we're creating a voter base,
Right.
a voter base. So we're going to be able to put the people in office that we want in office. And if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, we're going to vote you out. Just that
Wow.
simple. Just that
That
simple.
sounds good. When is this supposed to taking effect?
Well, we're working on gathering the voters. We're doing. We got a grassroots campaign going door to door, and we're explaining to people as we go. Uh, we're gonna present a slate of voters. Right now, we're pushing everybody to get behind former police chief Whitehorn,
Right.
who's running for sheriff.
Right.
Chief Whitehorn, when Whitehorn was the Shreveport police chief, crime was reduced to its
Right.
lowest level.
Right.
He's an honest man, and he is exactly what the citizens of Shreveport need.
Right.
Shreveport, the sheriff department has come from the Dartall era to
Mm-hmm.
Sheriff Hathaway to
Right.
Sheriff Prater, and
Right.
all three of these people have been deviants in their job. So it's high time the city of Shreveport, especially the black community, have a sheriff that they don't fear him doing injustice to them.
Right. 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 Wow. Wow. And they've been in office for some years, is that right?
Well, all of these guys, Dortal was the sheriff back in the 60s and 70s. I remember as a little boy living on the corner of Peach Street in Audrey
Yeah.
Lane.
Yeah.
When it got dark, we had to
Yeah.
go and get into the yard because you didn't want Dortal to drive down the street and see you out in the street because he would beat you. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, we went from Dortal to Sheriff Hathaway that was
Right.
not any better. He still operated with fear. And
Yeah.
from Hathaway, who retired, to Prater, who became his successor and has done the same thing. As a matter of fact, I mentioned Sheriff Prater's name one time doing a
Mhm.
live video regarding this situation.
Right.
All I said was he's an elected official. He don't own the position of sheriff, and you can vote him out of office. I got a phone call the next day saying, don't mention Sheriff Prater's name. He's dangerous. It is
Woo.
2023. Black people should not have to live that way.
And under threats and all that kind of stuff.
Right. So we're gonna keep on. That we're doing a lot of stuff behind the scene. We're gonna keep on pushing. We're gonna step back out with a protest soon, but we're doing a lot of work to push this thing forward,
Right,
and we're
right,
gonna keep on. The My only goal is that they don't get away with murder. That justice is served because if the roles were reversed, had a Joseph killed those three police officers, he
Woo!
would have been
Capital
in jail
death
on April
penalty
the
automatic.
23rd,
Yeah,
and he would not see the light of day.
that's right.
So we can't have a two-tier justice system. We got to have justice for all. No one, absolutely no one, is
Right.
above the law.
The law. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Nobody's above the law. So yeah, man. But the system has been corrupt for years with that linkage.
Right,
Uh,
right.
they leave there, and someone that's very connected and grounded continues the legacy of it, and these judges, these law, they got an assignment to do because that's the only way they get their check is by finding people guilty and locking them up. But where is the judge that says I don't believe you did it? So I hear what the DA has and I hear the argument, but I don't trust what you saying. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah. We have to be mindful that uh, uh, most of the black people that's incarcerated are
Right.
incarcerated because they didn't have the money to have the proper
Attorney.
representation.
Right.
If you don't have the proper representation in court, you can find yourself spending a lot of time in jail that you don't deserve.
Right. And that's
So
what's happening now.
we
That's
gotta
what's
make
happening.
sure that we are getting the proper representation. These court
Right.
appointed attorneys is not who you want to be
You
uh,
sure don't die.
putting in charge of your life.
I'm telling you. You do not want to do that, Doc. You do not
Right,
want to do that. I say it to a lot of people. You do not want to go in the courtroom with a court appointed lawyer. You are already sunk.
right,
You are
definitely.
already you are already you are already you are already sunk, Doc. Ain't no ifs saying buts about it. You are already sunk. Ain't no way over it. They work together to hang you. They'll tell
Exactly.
you we're gonna get you off of this hemp, but then there's another setup coming behind the scene.
Right.
You
Right.
got to have a lawyer that's going to fight and fight no matter what. Fight you. Fight, fight, fight until it's done. And if you don't do that there, you in bad shape, Doc.
Yes.
You in bad shape. When I say you in bad shape, you in bad shape. You in bad shape. And it don't make sense. It don't
Right.
make sense,
Exactly.
man. It don't make sense. People have got to learn. Dollar makes the world go round. The book says money answers all things in this present world.
Mm-hmm.
Folks, get you an attorney. Stop going before these court appointed attorneys thinking they're helping you. They setting you up for a great downfall. Now, upon that
Uh-huh.
great downfall, it is important that you know that once you get down in that hole, you better know you're gonna be alone. Unless in God for real has somebody who knows how to help you through it all and to bring you out of that hole. Otherwise, you'll sit there. And I'm gonna tell you something. If you go to jail or you go to prison, they don't care nothing about you. You
Right.
just in there. They don't care if you eat. They don't care if you don't eat. They just want you to go to jail.
Right. Right.
That's all they care about. Going to jail.
Like you said, it's all about the dollar. I mean, every inmate, there's pay for every inmate coming from some form of government. So
Right.
because it's such a big business, even if the money isn't coming from government, it's the low wages that you're able to get
Right.
this labor
Right.
at it's slave labor, legalized slave
Right.
labor.
Right.
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 So it's a money making machine. Prison is a money making machine.
See, that's how they get their checks.
That's
That's how
right.
the judge get their check. The government get their checks. The sheriff department get their check. The police department get their check. The city council, all that money from prison splits off in so many ways that make everybody that's sitting in them electorates, the more elected chairs, seats, gets paid. That's how it works.
Right. Right.
That's how it works. That's how it works. Well, Pastor Lacey, it has been a pleasure having you on here with uh with with you or with this situation. I hate that it's happened. I see that you said I hear that you said that it was over 50 murders and it just we just got into August.
August. Yes. Hmm.
From June to August, we have that many,
From January to August. Yeah. It
and
is.
most of them are young people.
Most of them are young people. Right. There was a young lady killed uh, last night. Hmm.
And Shreveport, how old was she?
I'm not sure her age. She's younger than 30.
Wow,
I want to say she's in her mid 20s.
wow. What? And she was killed in Shreveport, where in City Grove, Motown,
Queensboro.
Queensbury.
Yes. San Jacinto.
Young life being taken and snapped and zapped.
Exactly. Exactly. They're not living to be 40. I mean, it's sad. It's sad that so many 18-year-olds, 15-year-olds. There was a mass shooting on the Cooper Road on the
Right,
4th of
right. I
July.
got the word of that. Yeah, mass
Yeah,
shooting up there
yeah.
at the 4th of July celebration.
Killed four people. Four, and all of them were younger than 25. Uh, uh, it is a heartbreaking scenario that's going on. Now, this epidemic, Bishop, is throughout the country. It's throughout the country. That
Right,
4th of July weekend, there were 5 mass shootings around the country,
Right.
all predominantly black neighborhoods.
Wow.
We're killing each other at a higher rate than ever before.
And the police department, this is why they don't mind shooting and killing us. We already
Right,
killing each
right.
other. I
We're
mean,
killing each other. Right,
this is crazy, man. This is. I grew up. We grew up on the Cooper Road. We seen a lot and watched a lot. But this
right.
right here beats it all.
It is. It's horrible. When I
This
go to
beats it
Shreveport, I stay on the outskirts. As a matter of fact, when I was there in the meeting, they told me, well, if here a good place to get something to eat is on Juella. I was like, no, I don't think I'm gonna do that. That means I got to go into the city. I like to stay near the interstate so I can get in and out fast.
in and out. Don't give them
In and out.
chance to pull a gun. You in your car and you
Right, right, right.
Lord have mercy, man. This is crazy. When I say this is crazy, this is absolutely crazy.
Truly, truly is.
It's gone, man. It ain't no hope for it. It's gone. It's gone, and wonder what will it take for our young people to snap back and snap out of this. That it ain't about shooting each other down, and I don't know what it's gonna take for them, but something needs to be done about it, man. Something needs to be done about it. And
Hmm.
make no mistake, man, it needs to be done quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Right, right, right,
Wow,
right.
wow, wow. Well, Pastor Lacey, you can invite the peoples to your church right about now, and then we gonna start processing out this hour of prison talk. I tell you, man, this is something here. This is something. I tell you, this is something. This is wow. But go ahead on, tell them where to find you in the church if they need help and whatever else
Yeah, yeah.
that you
We're
can help.
in. Thank you again for having me, Bishop. We're at 4601. We're right there in Dickinson, Texas.
Hmm.
Uh, um, Service time is 10 a.m. On Sunday mornings, and I always end with this. I understand that most people go through their days without anybody saying to them that I
Hmm.
love you. And
Right.
I just like to tell people, I don't, if nobody else has
Tell you
told
I
you
love
today, I love you.
you. Right.
You know, I love you, Bishop.
I love you too, man. You know it. You know it. You know it. Well, folks, that's it. That's our time. We want to thank Pastor Lacey for being with us on tonight and sharing his updates about the young man Dwayne's death by the hands of the Shreveport Police Department. And certainly, we're happy that he came on and gave us an update. Also, the update with the Andre down in Florida. The good news is we got we worked with him. They dropped the gun weapon charge. Now he coming back up for reappearing, so the case can possibly be dismissed, excuse me, altogether. I put possibly because you never know how people turn. So possibly at a 90% that he can be dismissed and on his way home to his family. And that's my goal, to see the innocent come out. Now, people that goes to jail for wrongdoing, you go to jail for wrongdoing. But if you innocent, we want to make sure you have a fighting chance to get out of there. And then when you get out, don't repeat. Don't go back around that person. Stay away from them. Find something else to do. Just be free of all of your troubles and your trials and your tribulation. So with that being said, we're happy to have you on. Thank you again, Pastor Lacey, for being with us, and certainly we will have you back on again for an update concerning this prison talk show with the death of the Dwayne here. We want to know what's going on. We certainly want to keep you in the eye of the EEFI television network, not just for Mr. Dwayne, but any other situation that is going on that you're dealing with as an activist in our community. We want to keep you on the set with us at any time and any given time so you will be able to voice, voice, and let the people voices be heard. So we thank you again, sir, and we look forward to being with you again. And we say to our watchers and new watchers tonight, we say thank you for joining us, and we'll see y'all the next time.
God bless
We're
you.
out of here.
All right.
All right, Doc.
Thank you so much for having me, Bishop.
Yes, sir. It's not a problem, man. It's not a problem. Not a problem at all. Not a problem at all. We definitely